top news headlines. Union Minister of Environment, Forest and Climate Change Bhupendra Yadav arrives at Imphal. Providing good service to people by identifying shortcomings is duty of politicians, says Chief Minister N. Biren. And India reports 35,662 new COVID-19 cases, 281 deaths in last 24 hours. A very good evening and welcome to Mami TV Primetime English News. This is MASACO NINGTHOUJAM giving you the latest news updates. Union Minister of Environment, Forest and Climate Change and Election in Charge of Manipur, Bhupendra Yadav, arrived at Imphal on a two-day visit to the state today. The minister landed at Bir Tikendrajit International Airport at 1:30 this afternoon. Chief Minister of Manipur, N. Biren, Member of Rajya Sabha, King Sanajau Baleshemba, Works Minister, T.H. Biswajit, Minister of Education, S. Rajain, and a number of leaders and workers of BJP Manipur Pradesh accorded him a rousing welcome at the airport. Speaking to media persons, Bhupendra Yadav said Manipur is widely known across the world for its rich culture and sports. He extolled the sports players of the state for bringing glory to the country.
और मणिपुर को प्रणाम करके मैं सबको धन्यवाद देता हूं और 2 दिन आपके साथ रहूंगा, तसल्ली से बात करूंगा.
Chief Minister of Manipur, N. Biren, said, "Politics is a human service. It is the duty of politicians to provide good service to the people by identifying their shortcomings." He said this during the distribution program of poultry chicks, carpentry tools, knapsack sprayer, fish fingerlings under Economic Development Program and bicycles distribution to the beneficiaries of Pradhan Mantri Jan Vikas Karyakram PMJVK scheme at City Convention Hall. The program was jointly organized by Department of Minority Affairs, Department for Welfare of OBC and SC, and Manipur Minorities and OBC Economic Development Society, Manipur. Speaking on the occasion, Chief Minister Biren said, since BJP government came to power, there has been a transparency between the government and the people. Assuring to maintain transparency, he said the BJP government has introduced many developmental schemes for the people. This has led to the massive support to the party by the people, he said.
Already 7 women's market, 10 more market, agro market complex Imphal Bazar we inaugurate 6.97 crore 97 shops 192 booths and the Sangat remain Manipur see performance last 4 years Miami Matin the smoothly government function to MSME any kind of the competitor or national level the MSME the shopping top PM 780 7,106 loan disbursed of the state and very the people benefiting. Nutrition safety security the government's care to have
Attending the program as the chief guest, Works Minister T.H. Biswajit highlighted the need for more entrepreneurs in various fields as it will decrease the problem of unemployment. Manipur will become advanced when every individual of the state work collectively, he said.
mana da bulu marum er kami masa kamat mana da bulu mai okal kene magi duties adu magi le kan bulu kene bulu na magi responsibility lo kene galai and I generally ba I hajani ko to convey to the message the bipun khudimak sisa manai mioi ba atani adu magi sinfam adu magi le munduna magi professionally kene rakpa adu magi kene ko na tene kene ba le rega sumya ma I khoi puna maksi mioi ba makapte khoi puna mineraga MLA bakal bisa kita ni happy wakil tu ayat message sudah kan kita tahun ini kalau bagi wakil tu ni, ada apa tu na apa sisi program saya tu mesti pumba, ada apa saya yang baru jadi super mikre, kalau dari masyarakat apa ni yang no automatically haja berarti apa
Minister of Education Sorokhaibam Rajan, Health Advisor to Chief Minister Dr. Sapam Ranjan, MLA of Lilong Assembly Constituency Yung Khaibam Antash Khan and top officials of the government also attended the distribution program. India reported 35,662 new COVID-19 cases with 281 deaths in the last 24 hours, according to the data from the Union Health Ministry. Total recoveries were at 3.26 crore across the country, while active cases stood at 3.40 lakh. In the last 24 hours, active cases increased by 1,583. A total of 33,798 patients recovered during the last 24 hours. The recovery rate further increased to 97.65%. A total of 2.15 crore vaccine doses were administered in the last 24 hours, which brings the total tally of doses administered to 79.42 crore. The Deputy Medical Superintendent of Regional Institute of Medical Sciences RIMS, Professor Dr. Nepram Sanjeev Singh, has been appointed as Medical Superintendent of RIMS. Professor Nepram Sanjeev Singh was appointed as Medical Superintendent by the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare and Executive Council of RIMS based on the recommendation of the Selection Committee. It may be mentioned that Professor Nepram Sanjeev Singh has been serving as Head of Plastic Surgery Department at RIMS and running a super specialty course in plastic surgery successfully. He had passed his MBBS from RIMS Imphal, after which he finished his MSc in General Surgery from Kasturba Medical College, Manipur. He completed Masters of Chirurgy MCH in Plastic Surgery from Banaras Hindu University, Varanasi. He also has a diploma in Hospital Management from Symbiosis University, Pune. He is currently serving as Deputy Medical Superintendent of RIMS Hospital and also as Chief Warden of RIMS Hostel. MLA of Churachandpur Assembly Constituency, Mayang Langbam Rameshwar, has stated that it does not matter how many good roads or schools are built if the people traveling on these roads or studying in these schools lack basic human qualities. Human development is integral in the process of overall development of the state and society, he added. The statement was made by the MLA during the election campaign and reception program of silver medalist of WACO National Kickboxing Championship, Pupen Mutum, alias Jack, from Palil. The function was held yesterday in a simple manner at Palil Mayai Lekai, organized by the BJP Palil Youth Wing. Speaking on the occasion, the MLA asserted that it is important to first understand what the youth of Palil and Churachandpur Assembly constituency desire. A developed and civilized society is one that puts human resource development first, he said, and added that even with the finest infrastructure, a society or state cannot become developed if the quality of human resource is poor. He then urged all to work together and strive for a democratic land with good human resource, qualitative manpower, and good citizens.
Ngasi Palelda Lambi Thong infrastructure kaya Paragasu Palenda Legadoriba, Kaching Kendra, the Legadoriba Praja Kogi, quality of human resource in Padraba, Adu and Abadi Akoi Chapat Pakaway. Aduna, quite again a Maru Abadi, human resource, qualitative manpower. Abova citizen praja sima hepsina democracy ki ganatantra ki khwaidagi ahanba first step ne
During the function, MLA Rameshwar presented a traditional scarf and monetary award to silver medalist Bhupen Mutum. The MLA also handed over a football net for the youth sportspersons of Palel. Owing to the failure of reduction of admission fees for colleges under Manipur University, the Imphal College Students' Union has decided to indefinitely shut down Imphal College. Speaking on the matter, General Secretary of the Union, O. Premdas, said the students' unions of every college have halted the admission process since September 12th. They will also boycott the recruitment examination for CAF and PD scheduled for tomorrow. The department concerned must bear the consequences if they go ahead with the examination during the college shutdown, the union said.
Maman hekatna akoigi admission fee lepakpa asi yamna laibak thibani amadi amount to be deposited to government account asi college student union mayamna handabinaba hanjan laujara fawba lairiba education department na tasanadana amadi khangjanadana laiba asi mairoi sing asibu thawoidabani haini Imphal college student union na hakchana lawi amadi ngasi September ki tang 3 2021 asidagi hauraga Imphal college asi total shutdown laukle amadi Imphal college ki online admission process sathariba sisu khudaktagi tinjale amadi akoigi lakadoriba September ki tang 3 mapan 2021 asida pangthokadoriba recruitment examination of Department of Consumer Affairs Food and Public Distribution gi pangthokadoriba recruitment examination Imphal college center taba sisu Imphal college student union na boycott taksanjare haibadu Lairiba Lengak, Amadi, Marie Lane, authority, Amadi, Mairoi Mam, from the Imphal College Student Union Gimakadagi.
Former BJP supporters of 35 by 23 Lamding Cherapur and 35 by 41 Lamding Kumanthim Lekai of Kangabok Assembly constituency have extended their support to Congress MLA O. Surja Kumar. Secretary Organization of BJP Kangabok Booth Level Committee, Laishram Binoy and Secretary General Kumanthim Rajan are among the new entrant. They had joined the party for its unbiased characteristics and without any outside influence. Speaking on the reception program of the new entrant, MLA O. Surja Kumar said, combined effort of the people will lead to an overall development. He said, people of the country cannot raise their voice because of freedom of speech is lost. Anyone who raises their voice is thrown in the jail. MLA Surja Kumar lamented the problems faced by daily wage earners due to price hike during the BJP government. A team of officers of 113th Battalion BSF, led by Deputy Commandant VLK Vaipe, under the supervision of Commandant Hidam Subol Singh, today presented gifts to 5 BSF widows in Churachandpur district in connection with the BSF Wives Welfare Association Day. The team visited Moinu, wife of martyr, late Captain MASACO of 83rd Battalion BSF, Linda Nasiel, wife of late Inspector Lalminlun Nasiel of 110th Battalion, Ngai Manvung, wife of late SI TM Paite of 156th Battalion BSF, Ningkokai, mother of late SI Marig Zapao of 74th Battalion BSF, and Chingai Kim, wife of late Lance Nayak LK Vaipe of 95th Battalion BSF. The day was observed at the battalion headquarters. The concerned tribal citizens of Manipur, CTCM, composed of 10 hill districts of Manipur, submitted memorandum to Governor of Manipur, La Ganesan, demanding execution of Article 371C of the Indian Constitution of India in the hill areas of Manipur through the Hill Areas Committee HAC of Manipur Legislative Assembly. The memorandum stated that the Article 371C has not been fully executed in spirit and principle since its inception due to nefarious interferences by the state. The article within the Manipur Legislative Assembly has been a complete failure for the last 50 years. As such, the guardian of tribal people of Manipur appealed to the governor to intervene and pave way for execution of this article through the Hill Areas Committee of Manipur Legislative Assembly. Communist Party of India CPI Category Unit has announced its support for NPP candidate Sheikh Nurul Hassan. He will be contesting from Category Assembly constituency in the upcoming 12th Manipur Legislative Assembly election. In a press meet, Executive Member of CPI Category Unit Irengpam Tongba said the unit took the decision to support the NPP candidate from the constituency by a high-level committee. Sheikh Nurul Hassan expressed happiness to CPI Category Unit for extending support to NPP. He expressed confidence that NPP will surely win in the general election 2022. Nurul appealed to the people to support to make a developed and model constituency. Secretariat Member of CPI Manipur A. Lala, former Secretary of All Manipur Nupi Marup M. Kadambini, Secretary of Category Unit KSH Bhogendro and Member Athopam Kumar attended the press meet. Acting on a tip-off that some unknown persons are trafficking drugs in Atata Zenon along the Indo-Myanmar road, the Kukching Police Commando conducted checking and frisking at the commando checkpost at Palel Lemang Chingjin, during which 3 individuals in possession of 15 lakh WY tablets were arrested. According to information received from police, during the drive conducted by Subedar Prakash Singh and team under the command of OC of Kukching Commando Muhammad Abbas Khan, 3 persons travelling to Imphal in Atata Zenon bearing registration number MN06L7348 were stopped. On checking the vehicle, a rice sack containing a large number of WY tablets was found concealed in the rear seat of the vehicle. The arrested persons have been identified as S. Lunko Haukip, 26 years, son of Senchong Thongkotang Haukip, Mangvum Dongmintang, alias M. Samuel, 33 years, son of Chung Kojan, and David Thangminlung Haukip, 24 years, son of M. Thongsei Haukip, all residents of Tengnopal village. During interrogation, it was disclosed that the contraband items were procured from one Lenlen of Kudain Thabi village, and the illegal items were supposed to be handed over to one Muhammad Wahid Khan, son of Muhammad Saukat Ali from Sungayumpham, Cherapur, currently residing in Sora Jingwangma. The police were also able to arrest said person, Muhammad Wahid Khan, from Kukching Lamkai around 3:50 p.m. yesterday. A case has been registered against the 4 individuals and handed over to Kukching police for further investigation. Now it's time for a short commercial break. Stay tuned for more updates.
Bharatiya Janata Yuva Morchana Sinjaduna Nava Bharat Haina Mingthonba Mela Ama Honorable Prime Minister Sri Narendra Modi gi mapo umit ka mari lainana pangthok chagadawi JN Dance Academy da pangthok chagadawi mela asi September tang 19 dagi horaga 18 fauba numit nini chukna pangthok chagadawi mela asi gi manung channa government gi scheme kaya gi khudong chabasing miyam dayo hanjana food stalls, cultural shows, innovative stalls kaya amana laitingadawi ba mela asibu miyamna soidena saruk yabiyu haina paujin
Sublimation. Pauna Bazaar Imphal, JMG Shopping Complex, Fast Floor. Mafam Masida, mug printing, cover printing, t-shirt, keychain, photo frame, sublimation ki pot khuding mug wholesale da pangbigani. Items available are mug printing, cover printing, t-shirt, keychain, photo frame. All the mentioned items will be available at wholesale rate in LX Sublimation.
Welcome back after the break. Moving on to the national news, Prime Minister Narendra Modi interacted with healthcare workers and beneficiaries of the COVID vaccination in Goa through a video conference on the completion of 100% first dose coverage for adult population in Goa. During the interaction, Prime Minister inquired Dr. Nitin Thupdale, lecturer in Goa Medical College, how he convinced people to take COVID vaccines. He also discussed the difference between the COVID vaccination campaign and the earlier campaign. Criticizing the opposition party, Prime Minister wondered how, after vaccinating 2.5 crore people, there were reactions from the opposition party instead of the vaccinated people. Further, the Prime Minister lauded doctors and other corona warriors for the completion of 100% first dose coverage for the adult population in Goa. He also said that this is an inspiration for the entire world. A top leader of the Naga rebel group, National Socialist Council of Nagalim, NSCN-IM, has passed away along the Indo-Myanmar border in Nagaland. Moniel Anal, the self-styled second lieutenant of Naga National Army, the armed wing of the NSCN-IM, reportedly died last night due to an illness. He belonged to the Kisiumong Battalion of the Naga National Army. Moving on to the international news. In yet another letdown of their promise to safeguard women's rights, the Taliban have not allowed girls to return to secondary schools, effectively enforcing a ban on their higher education. The newly minted Taliban government permitted high schools to reopen for only boys and male teachers. There was no mention of girl students or women teachers in the Education Ministry's announcement declaring resumption of school classes for boys in grades 7 to 12 from Saturday. According to The Guardian, the new order makes Afghanistan the only country in the world to bar half its population from getting a secondary education. The development comes against the backdrop of UNICEF expressing concerns over the girls' education in Afghanistan under the Taliban. In a statement issued on Friday, UNICEF chief Henrietta Fore said she was deeply worried that the hardline Islamist outfit, with its ironclad governance under Sharia law, would not allow Afghan girls back into the classrooms. And now, before we wrap up, the top news headlines once again. Union Minister of Environment, Forest and Climate Change, Bhupendra Yadav, arrives at Imphal. Providing good service to people by identifying shortcomings is duty of politicians, says Chief Minister N. Biren. And India reports 35,662 new COVID-19 cases, 281 deaths in last 24 hours. And that's all for the Primetime English News. Thank you for watching.